Welcome back to Breadcrumb Bites, your spiritual food for the day. We're in Genesis 4, 1 through 16, about lessons we can learn about why and how to give. This is the story of Cain and Abel. Adam and Eve had two sons. We've all heard this familiar story, but we're going to talk about the reasons we give and how God knows our reasons, our motives for giving. Cain and Abel, Cain was a type of farmer. Abel was a shepherd. And when it came time for harvest, they were going to give back to God what he had blessed them with. So Abel gave the first of his, the best and the first of his flock. And Cain gave some of what he had harvested. It doesn't say first or best. And so God accepted Abel's giving, but he did not accept Cain's. And Cain got really upset about it. So God told him, look, I know, he basically said, I know what's in your heart. And if you allow sin to creep in, it's going to be a master over you rather than you being a master over it. And you better take caution. You better beware. So it was a pretty strong message that, God gave him, a strong warning about that. It's in verses 7. He says, you will be accepted if you do what is right. But if you refuse to do what is right, then watch out. Sin is crouching at the door, eager to control you. But you must subdue it and be its master. So you would think Cain would say, yeah, I need to straighten up. I need to give with the right attitude. But he didn't. He got jealous and he got mad and he decided to take matters into his own hands. And he told his brother Abel, let's go out into the field. And he killed him. He killed him out there in the field. And then he came back and God said, well, where is Abel, Cain? And Cain said, how do I know? I'm not my brother's keeper. But God knew what he had done. And he said that, he knew that Abel had died and that he was going to punish Cain for that by sending him out of the land and making it hard for him to make a living, that he would be scratching from the ground but not getting a whole lot from it. He would be a homeless wanderer. And Cain said, please, don't do this to me because you know that I'll be killed if I'm banished from your presence. And God said, well, I'll put a mark on you and no one will bother you. If they do, I will punish them 7 times more than anybody that kills you. And so God still cared for him, but he was punishing him for what he had done to teach him a lesson, but also to teach us a lesson. We need to think about why we give. Do we give our first and our best, or do we give what's left over, if anything's left over? Do we go do what we want to with our money, or do we give God our first, the first of our time, the first of our finances, the first of our talents? It's not just about giving money, but it's also about giving everything else. We need to give our first to God by serving him and by doing what he calls us to do. So that's definitely a lesson we can learn from Cain. Some action steps to think about is remembering that God knows your heart and why you give. Think about why you give to others and think about, is it an obligation or is it a blessing to give to people? And list some of the things you've been blessed with and thank God for those things and look for opportunities to give the first and the best back to God. Have a great day.